they've been playing all season. Obviously, the team hasn't been going that well. It'll be up to the more experienced players to help them through it. The most important thing for me would be the first 10 minutes, not to let those Auxerre players settle at all. And then, as I said, get them frustrated, and the mistakes will definitely occur.
Okay, thanks Alan, thanks Jimmy. Let's sit back and enjoy it now, and our match commentators are Trevor Brooking and Barry Davis.
Tremendous reception for the Liverpool team from the Cup, and the Cup have a part to play this evening, there's no doubt about that. Let's just check again that Liverpool lineup. The two changes compared with the first leg, Jan Mulby and Mike Marsh in the starting lineup. Marsh was a substitute in the first game, in place of the injured Steve Nicol and the youngster Jamie Redknapp. As for the French, well, they've only had to make one change, forced on them by the suspension to William Prunier, who was booked in the first leg, his second booking of the competition. So in his place comes Darras, which might mean a change of role for Mrs. Kazmarek and Roche. Well, 2-0 it was in the first leg to the French. A 2-0 thrashing it was described, and it certainly would have been that, but for this man, Bruce Robillard, who had an outstanding game then, and will not be wanting to see too much of the ball this evening. In contrast, Liverpool will want to stir this man just a little bit. Bruno Martini, who barely touched the ball except for back passes in the first match. See the wind ruffling his hair. Wind always a problem, and it is quite strong and a bit of a swirling wind, Trevor Brooking.
It is, and it's one of those occasions though where Liverpool, I think, have got to try and revert back, and as Alan Hansen said, get that possession game that was so apparent in their memorable years in Europe, and it was such a feature that they seemed 1 week to play in English football with that slightly faster pace, and then midweek adjust to the sort of European scene where it is a patient, a slower game. But perhaps this evening, that first 10 or 15 minutes, they must pressurise Auxerre into realising it's not going to be quite the same as that first leg. And the noise of the Kop, in good voice at the moment, I'm sure will play its part, as we say. And that opening 10 minutes, if they can create one or two chances, get one or two finishes and test the goalkeeper, who knows what can happen. But I must say myself, Auxerre are going to be a very difficult proposition.
All the officials come from Portugal. The referee, Carlos Alberto da Silva Valente, and his two linesmen, Vitor Emanuel Fernandes Correas and Antonio Manuel Miranda de Souza. And Liverpool are playing from the Kop end in the first half. That's the way they would want it. Ball at the feet of the Hungarian Kovac. And to his left is Ferreri. And they're the scorers of the two goals in Auxerre. Long pause from the Portuguese referee. He's not going until it says the right time. And when we do go, the kick-off was actually illegal because two players were in the wrong half of the French side. But no matter. Early touch for Gobala. And Liverpool's least experienced team trying to do what more famous predecessors have not previously managed to do, come back from a 2-goal deficit. Four times they tried, including the Super Cup, and 4 times they failed. But even so, Liverpool's hope is in their heritage. They have to, and their numbered shirts wear numbers worn by the more famous in their attitude and their application. Burrows to Walters. Walters recovered from a groin strain, missed out on Saturday. Ablett looking long for Rush. Ablett saying that his form has disappointed him as well as those who would wish him better. And much more than most for one recovery to be made. Burrows and Coquart. And Burrows adjudged to have pushed. Anfield is by no means packed, but the Kop end is pretty full, and the noise seems fairly vintage. Coquart is onside. Bit of a split scissor kick by Bruce Grobbelaar, just in case Coquart wanted to come too close.
He's so intent on doing his karate kick there, he forgot about his throw out. But just from a formation point of view, Mike Marsh is in fact playing right back, and he'll have an important job because Vairua down the left was very talented over in Auxerre, and so it's a big responsibility for him to keep him quiet. And Rush is playing up by himself with McManaman more than anyone going to be joining him. But Mulvey and McMahon together in central midfield.
Here's McManaman, followed by Mahé. Into man-for-man marking. McManaman has gone down the middle. Mahé has gone with him. Now they come out to the left, and it's stride for stride all the way. And McManaman gets away, and a strict penalty. Mahé the challenge from behind. And he's staying down because he got a kick in the calf. But the penalty with only 3 minutes on the stopwatch. They followed each other quite a distance. There the ball was won. Mahé felt that he might have been clobbered a bit, went there and caught back of ankle rather than calf. And the referee, who was well placed, had absolutely no doubt about it at all. That's the stuff of dreams, isn't it?
Well, I just know I wouldn't like to take the penalty, that's for sure, but it's just the start they needed. It was a penalty. It just stumbled the defender when he first went to get possession, which enabled McManaman to actually get in front of him, and he actually took his foot back to have a shot, and then he lunged in for the tackle and caught it on the downswing before he'd made a connection, and it was a penalty. He went down.
And the man with the responsibility is the big Dane, Jan Mulvey, only just back in the side. Rarely can there have been a more important strike for Liverpool. Gives an indication of the wind and the further test to the nerves. Mulvey against Martini, and Liverpool lead. Cracking penalty, curled right on top of the handbag in the corner of the net.
Quite amazing. Whatever he was thinking at this moment, I don't know, but he must have been totally relieved. The keeper goes the right way, a bit of a teaser, but it got past him into the corner, and just the start needed. Amazing.
And I'm inclined to think that might be the first direct shot that French goalkeepers had to face in this tie over the two legs. And it's changed the atmosphere of the whole contest. The prayer was for an early goal, and the prayer has been answered. Well, the French nerve would react. There's always going to be a factor, and to go down so early really emphasises that. And the contrast between here and up at Parkhead, Charlie Nicholas has just missed the penalty for Celtic. Would you believe it? They've got even a harder task than have Liverpool. It's good play by McManaman. Clearly going to be the pattern. The ball played up to played up to Rush rather. He'll want support coming from both sides, and the nippy Walters should be the first to show. Challenge on Kaczmarek. Free kick has been given, and a huge divot out of the Anfield turf. McMahon. Walters. Marked by Darras. Here's Walters.
Early on, and you can see with Mark Walters' shirt there, the wind is more than not behind the Liverpool players. And there's got 2 or 3 through balls already that have gone over the top and then zipped through and gone off the goal kick. So it's going to be important for Liverpool to make sure they don't overhit those with the wind behind them.
Tanner. There's Marsh. Mulby. Bit off the shins, but it worked. And then he was rushed out of it. This is Peretti. And Kovac, good save! Taking up where he left off in front. Here's Grobbelaar. Free kick. Wonderful save. He timed the challenge so well. Got away, and that's an indication, though, that Liverpool, having made this fine start, does not let the blood go to their heads too much. Because they were caught then by a very quick break, and they should know from the match in Auxerre how quick the 2 wingers and the centre forward, I think we're entitled to call him, is. McManaman. Kaczmarek, it's a goal kick. Animated Graham Souness, and possibly about this, Kovac got an opportunity, he thought, and Grobbelaar, right down at his feet, parried as the shot came in.
Always a danger, because Liverpool do play quite flat across the back, and they were just caught on the break, running from deep, and Ferreri got out wide, played a super ball across the face, and Kovac, to his intent, I would have thought, did everything right, side-footed it towards goal, but Bruce Grobbelaar spread himself superbly and just carrying on from where he left off in the first leg.
They played 10 minutes of the second leg, and Liverpool lead 1-0. 2-1 down now on the aggregate score. Bayrou being given no chance to build on that left touchline. Marsh, his challenger. Tanner concedes the corner. There was no other option. Determined look in the eyes of Nicky Tanner. Jean-Marc Peretti has gone to take it. Experienced French international, though he hasn't been in the side for a year. Hoping to get back. Coquin on this side, a good claim by Grobbelaar. Ablett. McMahon. Mulby. Another good pass. That's well delivered. But he's offside. In fact, by Rua. Graham Souness's volume is on a par with that of the Kop, and he's only got one voice. McMahon. Well, Mulby tried it, McMahon tried it, neither was successful. That's a free kick against Nicky Tanner. Bairua starting off hugging that left touchline. That was one of the features of the first leg with the Auxerre team. Auxerre, as they pronounce it in Auxerre. Auxerre and most of the rest of France. Car is up, so is Roche, no one near there. Well watched header. It's far too strong from Rush. He scratches his head and I'm not surprised. Waters. Mistake by Roche, who's taken over the captaincy from Prunier. Marsh. Ablett. Burrows. Played by McMahon. Nearly a good pass, but the flag had gone up for offside. The run by McManaman to look for the pass of McMahon. Steve McManaman played against Port Vale, but has missed 2 league games since the first leg of this tie, needing the rest. To win certainly at Liverpool's backs, that was clearly seen then. Rush to McManaman. Good challenge by Mai that time. Here they are together again. Mulby. Passing so far is a little bit obvious from Ben Mulby. Free kick against Ablett, which seemed a little harsh. Kovacs making a close inspection of the turf. I think he was a bit surprised to find him coming in. It was a bit of a jump, to be fair, but didn't actually touch the player as far as I could see.
I'm not sure. I think that was a dreaded dead leg there. When you go in for the tackle, sometimes the old knee goes into the thigh, and that one does stiffen up. Fairly strong challenges, and certainly matter of jumping up and down. Kop certainly adding to the atmosphere. Well kept in by Mark Waters. Hasn't got away from Darras. There's a double marking. As Marak was the extra man. Different role for him. Playing as the man at the back. Kovacs asks for attention, but the referee says if you want it, go off. McMahon is down as well, and he wants attention. I'm not sure how many people are sympathetic with Kovacs, but Trevor Brooking is, because he certainly saw the old professional's trick, as it were. I've had a few dead legs. If you get the old kneecap in the thigh, once the old physiotherapist gets his fingers into it, it won't be too lively in the next couple of days either.
Being wasted, and the referee doesn't like that, and he's taken the name of Darras. Frédéric Darras goes into the book, and the French may well feel at the moment that the man from Portugal is a little hard on them. McMahon. McMahon fell fairly awkwardly against the boarding around the ground, but I don't think he's any the worse for wear. So the match on the boarding might have come off the worst. Ablets. And Kovac, still feeling the injury, is hobbling off for attention. That's a free kick. Rush on Ferreri. If you wanted proof that Trevor Brooking is right, there it was. Bayrua. Second corner for Auxerre. I think Ferreri might just wait to see if Kovac can come back into the action or not. He's back on the field, but about 30 yards out. Not quite what Tanner intended, but it fell kindly. So it's to be hoped that he can run that off. I'd like to think that's a sentiment which will be appreciated in Merseyside, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Here's McMahon. And Walters. Martini has come to meet him and doesn't make a particularly good attempt initially, but got it the second time around. Martini currently the #1 choice of Michel Platini, and Kovac is to take no further part. And he's to be replaced by Didier Otakore. Walters cross, and it was McManaman shot, and Tanner who got up. Paul had quite a long journey on the roof. Jan Mulvey is going to take it, so it could well be a long one, longish. Ferreri wanting it to drop out, and it didn't. Rush didn't get there. Rush was ahead of him. McMahon. Burrows. "20 minutes gone. Liverpool having pulled back one of the 2 goals they conceded from the first leg. And if you've joined us late, I think it's fair to say I should tell you that Liverpool playing a great deal better than they played in France. But then their manager might feel that that wouldn't be too difficult. But they're doing the job that he would have asked them to do.
No, they're much sharper all the way round. I mean, they've had disappointing results in the league, and Graham Souness hasn't had a lot of choice of the side he could play this evening because of the foreign rule, but the goal has done them a world of good, given them that confidence, and there's a lot of determination, and I think Auxerre now know where Anfield is.
Free kick is given. Mutuel is going to take it. I have a feeling that's the first time I've mentioned his name. And he was such a factor in France. Well, one presumes from the pace of that that was a shot. If it was going wide from about a foot after being struck. On by Rush, nice header. McManaman, Ray Houghton had come in. Otakore. Ball was out. Which you can see, I think, from that little moment, that he's another French player who enjoys being in possession and taking people on. Mulby. Manaman. That's the tightest contest, I think, between those two, McManaman and May. Houghton losing out to Guerrero. McMahon. Walters. Marek got back to get the challenge. And Rush had moved across. Burrows. Good play by Mulby. McMahon. And as the shot came in, as you can see, we've got a little bit of bother by somebody who wanted to join the goalkeeper. And I wonder what would have happened if this ball had got into the net. To readjust the netting. Just a couple of rather stupid people whose names will be noted by the police, but should be ignored by everybody else. Walters. McManaman goes away and takes May for company. It's good play. Burrows just couldn't take it with him. Kokar made a great deal of that. Burrows is booked for it. Well, he suggested with his delay at the start, the Portuguese referee, that he was going to be very precise. But Kokar here was a spinning top beloved of French children.
I mean, David Burrows just swung round in the hope of connecting with the ball and got the faintest of clips, and as you say, Coker went down tumbling, and unfortunately Burrows has got booked. But I think out on down the left-hand side, Mark Walters, who, when Darris, who's marking him this evening, came on at half-time, Mark Walters definitely had the beating of him in the first leg, and I think if they can get the service out to him early to his feet and he can run at that defender, Darris, I think that might be the opening. Liverpool can create a chance.
Mulby. Mulby. He's added something different to the side, Jan Mulby. Not everything he's tried has come off, but the experience is there, taking the heat out of things. The little passes. A little heavier than he used to be. He's always been fairly big. Spereri. Factor only once so far. And a free kick's been given against Burrows. You can only assume for a little push or pull. Auxerre. Play by Mike Marsh. Houghton. Held it up nicely, found space nicely, found McMahon well. Free kick against May. It was a bit of a hospital ball. And the youngster didn't flinch. Free kick now. Against Daras. Maybe Burrows needing to clear the head a bit. If Liverpool are successful, he won't be in the next match. That's an academic point at this juncture. All's out. Tanner. Marsh. Play it long, says Houghton. He does, looking for Rush. All the time has had Alain Roche for company. And this time McManaman is the guilty party and knew it. The pole. A year ago he captained his country against England at Wembley, but won't be playing against England next week on home soil. Walters, the moment that he let it come by the side of him, he was a loser. Ablet. That's Marek, the spare man. And again. Dane does seem to have that happy knack of being in the right place at the right time so often. Houghton, nobody left side. Now Burrows offers. Two on the far post, one of them is Rush. McManaman's now come across to the near. Mulvey not going to take the throw. Here's McManaman. Houghton. Mulvey is square. And the return ball comes in for Houghton. And Marsh scores! It's taken just half an hour to square the tie. Mulvey's wonderful pass. Houghton, the instant cross. Marsh, the decisive header.
Well, it's a superb ball from Jan Mulvey. Good floated cross by Ray Houghton, and credit to Mike Marsh. Heads it down, perfect header, goalkeeper no chance. But Jan Mulvey has provided the subtlety that man used to provide a few years ago.
Well, as I suggested, he's been such a factor. Huge experience. Liverpool's secret in the past was all about passing the ball, and that's how that goal was achieved. McManaman makes the run to the right. Giroud was here for the match against Crystal Palace when Liverpool lost for the first time at home under Graham Souness. Said he wanted to sample the atmosphere of Anfield and went away saying that it's not going to concern us too much. But it's a very different atmosphere when it's European football being played here, particularly. And he knows different tonight. It's all square at 2 apiece. But still, in the mind, Liverpool must be conscious that if the French were to score, that is an away goal. Here's Rush. Good save by Martini. He was offside anyway. The flag was a little late. And Rush is caught.
The French defence a little bit rattled now, and of course they're missing their skipper Prunier, who was booked in the first leg, and there's no doubt his influence at the moment would have helped settle them down, because 2-0, 35 minutes into the first half, I think is beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
French are being hurried. They have never been allowed to play the game at their pace. They make good use of changes of pace, as they showed a fortnight ago. This time the whole match has been played at Liverpool's pace. Yellow card shown, and the recipient was Mike Marsh. There's the missing skipper in the white coat, William Prunier. Roche. Coquart. Wild challenge by Ablett.
I think Ablett's looked sometimes worse than it was, because Bayrou, who has switched down the middle now since Kovac has gone off, did tumble again, and that is something I think the referee's got to be conscious of. The French team definitely don't mind a tumble at the wrong time, and Liverpool themselves, having picked up a couple of bookings, seems the referee doesn't hang about before bringing the card out, so certainly don't want a red card.
Walters taking on Dadas. Free kick against Rush. Play the man, not the ball. Ian Rush, 3 goals short of Roger Hunt's record. 17 goals in Europe, Roger Hunt scored. Into the last 10 minutes of what so far has been a very good half for Liverpool. Marsh and McMahon tackling each other. That wasn't a bad attempt by Ferreri, because Grobbelaar was well forward. Ray Houghton doing a good job. Mulvey. Otakore. Miss kick. Bayrou. Good challenge by Ablett after his error. And a definite escape for Liverpool, and in particular for Gary Ablett. He made the initial error, but all credit to him. He won a crunching tackle which saved the situation that he created.
Cross came from the left-hand side, and unfortunately for Gary Ablett, he's sort of naturally left-footed, and the cross came to his right, and he went to whack it clear, and it scuffed off his boot, and as you say, then he did block the initial shot, but it was a lucky escape. A goal conceded now just before half-time would be disastrous.
kick for that challenge by Marsh on Auxerre. Houghton. McManaman is on his own. Part of young man's education, Steve McManaman. Man-to-man marking by Stefan Mai. Walters. Dallas trying to get there first. Houghton. Difficult bounce. Well done by Eblett. Mulby. Just a bit too long for Rush.
That type of ball over the top by Mulby in the second half would hold up in the wind, and they might have more joy when he's making those sort of runs and can run onto them, as I say, when they do hold up and don't run through to the keeper.
Duel trying to get Auxerre away. Tanner. Rush. Walters. McManaman. McMahon. Mulby. Spare man is Burrows. 5 involved in this attack. Handball. Good spot by the referee. I think the Dane would have taken action if he hadn't spotted it, but it was a good spot.
I think it was impossible to see for the referee to see, but I think Jan Mulby loomed over him appealing, and he thought, right, I'll give it.
You're not suggesting he couldn't see around Mulby's physique, are you, Trevor? No, I wonder whether Mulby would think about a curler here. Judging by Houghton's position, it might just be a little push-up. It's now crowded so much. They pull away, and he gets a deflection, and that is a very good save by Martini. Well, in the end, his intention was pretty obvious, and the deflection was tough on the goalkeeper, who got down extremely well. Walters lost control of it. Into the last 5 minutes of a half in which Liverpool have scored twice to square the aggregate at 2-2. A peel away by the Liverpool players, left the gap, came off the end man on the wall, and was a very good save.
It was a terrific save, because it was the worst possible for a goalkeeper, just hitting the grass a couple of yards in front of you, and then it zips off, and they did very well to keep his eye on the ball.
Liverpool's way. Bit of holding by May. Steve McMahon keen to get possession. Tanner has joined Rush. on a line with the far post. Paris will take it. Mulby's gone into the box as well. I've got 4 there. McMahon. Rush! And we're looking for the offside flag, but the linesman was absolutely level. Maybe Rush was too, and these days that's good enough.
He just seemed to hesitate fractionally. He got a yard away from his marker, and whether he just didn't wait for the whistle, I don't know, but in the end he got shut down and the shot was half blocked.
Ball really curled back from that clearance. Wind, if anything, has got stronger as the half has gone on. Auxerre. Side doesn't look anything like as well balanced, the French side, without Kovac. Auxerre, for the record, born in France, but his parents were born in the Ivory Coast. Spinelli. It's done well, but not well enough, and that's a goal kick. McMahon. Looking for Walters. Takes it well. Barrow's just inside. Free kick again. And every time Walters has turned, Darris has got a foot in. Complaints from the Liverpool bench. Phil Balsma getting a bit cross with the referee, and the referee wants to talk to him. And Souness, I think, interceding, trying to calm things down. Balsma seemed to be saying that's the 5th time that sort of challenge has been made on Walters. And now the official law is getting involved. Three against 4, and Martini with a good claim. Mulby available for the throw. We're into the last minute of the half. And the free kick is given.
Oh, what a terrific half it's been. Liverpool had the disappointments in these opening 2 or 3 months of the season, but this has to be, I would think, the best performance so far. Souness must be delighted, and the key difference is they just haven't allowed the French team the space that they had and enjoyed in the first leg, and they are very much ball players, and if they are given space there are problems, but they haven't had it on this occasion.
Good play by Walters and then by McMahon, but not on that occasion by Mulby. Bayrou, Dutuel. It was Mulby who blocked. Would have been a corner if it had gone out. That wasn't the best of clearances. The advantage of the spare defender. He's such a demanding, appealing face, the manager. Could be a pretty harsh one too from time to time. Walters. Free kick given. No, corner given. Just about be time for it. A little bit of time the referee's allowing for stoppages. And Rush trying to get there, but pushed too soon. Gets a bit of a lecture. And maybe he says he doesn't understand Portuguese. The message is fairly clear, but there are none so deaf as those who don't want to hear. McMahon. And that's the last action of the half. Great applause for the Liverpool team. Graham Souness waiting to greet them. Marsh, the scorer at the second goal, after Jan Mulby had scored the first after only 3 minutes. And I suppose the first part of the job has been done. The deficit from the first leg has been wiped out. at 2-2. If you're just joining us for the second half, you've missed a good 45 minutes in which this man has played a major part. Jan Mulby, only in the Liverpool team since the first leg. Used 24 different players this season. It's been because of their injury problems and because of the limit of only 4 foreign players in European ties. As you can see, it's now raining very hard. It came on just towards the end of the first half. I don't think it was a factor in that attempt. A bit far away from him, it hurt him a little bit to stretch for it. But it's going to be a new experience for Bruno Martini. Michel Platini might learn a little bit about him. It's never easy keeping goal in front of the Kop, unless you happen to be keeping goal for Liverpool.
Just looking at the Auxerre team, they've had a little shuffle round up front. Valente has come back out onto the left. Kerry has gone wide onto the right, and they're decided to play Coker down the middle just to see if that works better than it did in that half hour leading up to half time.
I think they really had to do that, Trevor, didn't they? Because part of their game plan in the first leg with 2 such good wide players. Nobody in the middle rather defeats the point. Rush away by Kazmarek. With the rain coming into their faces, wind is from right to left. Not the best of clearances by Roche. Guerrero, who helped out. Not a particularly confident start to the second period by the French. Since the first leg, they've played 2 games, Auxerre, and they've drawn both of them, 1-1 at Montpellier and at home to Monaco. McMahon. Away from home this season, the French team have scored only 4 goals in 8 games and have managed just the 3 draws. McManaman. Bayrou. Bereri. Kaká not sure where he should run to. Free kick is Auxerre's way. Bereri. Dutuel.
You mentioned Dutuel there, and what's that, about 3rd occasion, and that's all. And he had such an outstanding game in the first leg. It's been a huge disappointment in this particular match. Fortunately, that is his Liverpool goal.
Rush. Not on the same wavelength as Houghton. Bit of pulling by Ian Rush. Bayrou. Kaká's pulled away. Here he is. But the ball was out of play. Well, I wonder whether a certain David Fairclough is watching this match. It's the first time Liverpool have played a French side since they beat Saint-Etienne. and went on to get their first European Cup success, and the result of that tie on aggregate was 3-2. Fairclough got the winner. Whistle's gone. Free kick is against Burrows. Checks to see where Grobbelaar is. Challenge was from Vairua. Rush. McManaman. Ablett. It gets through, it shouldn't have, but it does. Dallas with the error. Walters with a little grab on him, having lost control. Didn't really matter. He was looking for a free kick. Didn't get it, and frankly didn't deserve it. Guerrero. Forced to hurry. Walters. With Marek. Free kick against McManaman. Kokar down the middle. Vairua to his left. Ablett's header. Well played by Walters. McManaman never really had the ball under control. Otukore. Offside. Kokar. So far, Kokar's looked like a wide player, having to play in the middle. Nice touch by Vairua. Ferreri. Ablett's clearance. Liverpool throw. McManaman. Taken by Marsh. Got away from Ferreri. Comes Mulby. Walters. Jonas just closed the ankles in time. Saved by Mulby. It's a bit loose. But so was that. McManaman. Good tackle by Kazmarek. Liverpool pushing right up to about 10 yards short of the halfway line.
Yeah, pity Steve McManaman didn't release the ball. He beat his man, and Ray Houghton made a great run through the middle, and Ian Rush had pulled his marker away. And it's just that occasion, as a young player, just got to look up occasionally and release the simple ball. Sometimes that's the most devastating.
Ablett. D2L not making it count. Ferreri. Vairua invited to run on the touchline. Referee didn't like the challenge. Too many studs showing. Houghton. Rush. Ferretti covering the possible run of McMahon, but McMahon had come out. We've had 10 minutes of the second half, and the tie very finely poised. I just get the impression that the French have gone some way to coming to terms with their new position. Here's Tutuel. Ferretti. Bayrua. Pretty sharp Bruce Grobbelaar as Tanner got to it.
Certainly the French switcher put in Bayrua back out to the left gives him a much better balance going forward, and he's the danger.
Grobbelaar decides to play the full-back role. Just stopped by McMahon. Challenge by Autocoré. It's out. And it's a free kick. Ferretti, Ablett. Guerrero. Kaczmarek. I think ran a little too far for the comfort of his colleagues. Autocoré. Wide man both sides. That's a test for Burrows, and he's equal to it. That was Darras who posed him the problem. Indicative, I think, of greater confidence in the French. Three in the six-yard area now. Four is there. Just a touch from Grobbelaar. Autocoré was hoping to swing a left foot at that. Autocoré again. Roche's shot was the one that was blocked. Danger should be over now, and is. Good play by Marsh. Stood his ground well too. This could be promising. Break left side with Walters. Didn't actually have to run on to that, which might have been better. Tutuel with the challenge. Got to make another one too. McManaman in the middle. And Walters very nearly catching Martini, looking too early for the cross. McManaman. Walters made the room. McManaman. Good header, Rush. And I think he got a knock in the face. Ian Rush from Alain Roche.
Good measured build-up here by Liverpool, and as you see, the chip to the far post by McManaman there. Ray Houghton trying to get in, and not a good clearance, and as Ian Rush tries to get onto it, the defender gets his boot. There's a combination to the ball in Ian Rush's face. Just checking, is there any dental work needed tomorrow morning? But I'm sure he's going to be all right with the game so delicately poised at the moment.
Drop ball, yes. Autocoré being invited to stand in the right place. not shielding the ball. Bayrou. Played Marsh. Played well in this right-back position. Given away. And here's Coca. What a good job he didn't take that in stride. But if Liverpool are pressing for a goal, there is clearly a threat at the other end.
I think Liverpool just, at some stage in the match, having gone 2-0 up at half-time, there was bound to be a lull. They're going through that spell at the moment, and it's very important they don't concede that goal. And certainly Coca had a very good chance because it was a good through ball, and his control for once let him down, and Tanner got back well. But at this stage, I think Liverpool just got to dig in and make sure for 5 minutes they try and deny the space that suddenly the French team are beginning to get.
They've got a free kick for that challenge by Dallas on Walters. No, they haven't, just the show. The referee certainly indicated initially, at least in my eyes he did, that it was a free kick. Auxerre has run into trouble. Run into a bit of Danish solidity. Oh dear, that was a Danish slicer. Guerrero, good tackle by Rush. Oh no. Well, the referee's given the free kick, but the ball was cleanly won, but the referee's angle was rather different from ours. If he had our view, I don't think he'd have given the free kick. At least I hope he wouldn't have done.
Continental referees prone to give this sort of tackle. It was a good tackle, as you see. He did get the ball, and the French midfielder goes down looking for the free kick, which he promptly got.
Free kick which Bayrou is going to take, and for which Alain Roche has joined 4 others on the edge of the 18-yard area. Oof. That ran off Tanner, and the block from Roche. Goalkeeper uses his legs so well from time to time, Bruce Gobelart. That was one of those occasions. Offside, Bayrou. Hasn't heard the whistle. Has now. Well, I said it in France a fortnight ago. Comments about Bruce Gobelart having had his best days here were very much made too soon. It was a very good block, holds his ground, good kick away. Jennings would have been pleased with that.
Great volley by Roche to get that at an angle, coming over your head in a swirling wind and keep it down was terrific. And as you say, Bruce Gobelart doing excellent to use his feet.
Quite what Walters wanted. Houghton got up well. Beretti. Tanner to cover. Second bite for Walters. Did the hard bit and then lost the control. Almost from Rush to Houghton. Guerrero, Auxerre, Coca, Marsh, McManaman to his right, Houghton the other way was the better ball. So easy to say that from here. Mulvey, Marsh, everything to his left. He's got plenty of room to use. Oh, and it's wide by Houghton. I think the flag was up. Yes, it was. Had to be. There were suddenly 3 players for company with Martini. Well, I don't think so. Not the moment the ball was played. But the linesman said it was, so it wouldn't have counted.
definitely looked the classic case of when the ball's played 2 or 3 forwards onside, and probably a relief for Ray Houghton that he's got off the hook by the linesman's flag going up. He'll be quite relieved, I think.
Tanner. McManaman. We've had 20 minutes of the second half, 25 minutes left. 2-2 the score. Mulvey gets away with the most blatant handball of the evening from our view. This is McMahon. Shooting chance.
A great save by the goalkeeper, because Steve McMahon did everything right, hit the shot and it went through the goalkeeper's leg, the defender's legs, and the goalkeeper could only have seen it at the last minute. Just started to pick it up again, Liverpool, where they had it in the first half now.
Well, the names may have changed, but it's like old times at Anfield. Two up, marked by 2 with 1 spare defender. The wrestling match is called in Auxerre's favour. One of the many players in the squad, who's boy and man at the club, came to them when he was only 14. It's the right blade of glass, although he changed it late in the day. Bayrou. Ray Houghton really has worked up and down this right touchline, and in other places too. The referee didn't like the stretch by McMahon. Counted too much in a Football League game, but I'm not sure what moral should be drawn from that. Again, 5 Auxerre players forward. It's too long. Must have been watching too much of the World Cup in the other code. That'll be watched with care. Free kick against Bayrou for a bit of pulling on Tanner. Take it from the right place, says Bruce. In other words, a place from which you can kick it to me. Oh, goodness me. Whew. What does that say about increased confidence? McMahon. Mulvey. Rush on the chase, but the flag is up, and the free kick is Liverpool's, which Mulvey will be very relieved, because having flicked it on, it seemed that he was the only one likely to catch it, and he was never going to catch it. We've got the free kick for the challenge. Rush and Dallas being talked to by the referee. Rush and Roche, I should say, being talked to by the referee. from McManaman, Mulby and Ablett. The four in the area. McMahon just outside it. The ball comes back. It was Mulby's head. Minutes to go. Although if they can't reach a decision, there will be extra time. Walters. Dutuel. McMahon has stayed down. Kokar. Sharpness again from Grobola as McMahon will now get the attention that he requires. As you can see, blood coming from the bridge of his nose. It's difficult to imagine that there's a more gripping tie being played anywhere in the British Isles this evening. McMahon is not alone in being more his old self. But, took a couple of nasty knocks there. That's the final one I think that got him in the face. But he may have a few other bruises too.
I'm almost delighted to see Steve McMahon get up a bit, but as the minutes tick away, the tension builds up because both sides know that if a goal does go in between now and that 90-minute mark, that probably will be the decider at this stage of the match.
And in those terms, Trevor, there's extra pressure on Liverpool because of the threat of the away goal. I suppose it's a statement of the obvious that if one side goes ahead 3-2, the other side would have to score twice, but it would only actually apply to Liverpool. To end up at 3-3, this tie would see the French go through on the away goal. It's currently 2-2. McManaman. It's that man Maya again. And again. And again. Ablett. Good ball. McMahon. Mayer stays down. McMahon not at all concerned. Tanner. Rush. It's a good clearance by Guerrero. Walters. Get round the back, it would be useful. This is always the case when you get man-for-man marking. There have been some good contests within the contest overall. It's another good challenge by Daras. Was it out? No. Mulby. Lovely turn. And Daras surely on this occasion was beaten by sheer skill. But the referee decides that's one too many, and he shows him the red. Well, there have been many challenges that he has made on Walters, which were very harsh. But Giroud, I think, is entitled to feel that's very hard. But of course, he was booked in the first half, and for 2 yellow cards, he gets the red. But that seemed to me to be a player losing out to a brilliant piece of skill.
Well, I mean, he's played into Mark Walters. He does wrong foot him. He just puts out instinctively a foot there. I mean, it happens to be an Auxerre player this occasion, but if it was a Liverpool player, you have to say the same thing. There was no way for me that was even a booking offence, and it's a great shame that it's gone off.
And the French have brought on another defender, Mazzolini. And he's replaced the Pole, Kaczmarek. So we're in the 32nd minute, and Liverpool have a man advantage. Kaczmarek, as you can see, is still on the pitch, although Mazzolini has come on. And the man he's replaced is Auxerre. And he's waiting for someone to open the dressing room door for him, Frédéric Darras. I must say, I think the decision was very, very tough. And I think if I were he, I would feel exactly like that. So, if I've confused you at all about the substitution, Mazzolini has come on, Kaczmarek is still on, Auxerre has gone up. Burrows. Moby. Burrows. Burrows. Good reach by Kaczmarek. So it's an understandable substitution, bringing on another defender for an attacker, and thought that the penalty competition may be uppermost in the minds of the French. To hang on to this position, I think a play with 10 men, with 10 men. Manoman. Bayrou, rather a hasty clearance, which falls kindly.
Mazzolini, the substitute's come on and is going to take over Darras's job of marking Walters, and they'll sort of sacrifice the extra player up front, and trying to get to full time at this moment, and then think about how to cope with the extra time with a man short, which gradually, as the minutes tick away, might begin to tell.
And 11 minutes after 90. Plus a further 30. Well, they've got 2 up at the moment. Manoman. Marsh. Bayrou. Houghton made it his at some cost to himself. is Dutuel. Good put out by Ablett. Minutes of the 90 left. Crowd roaring Liverpool to make extra time unnecessary. French down to 10 men. Little push by Rush. And quite a lot of that from him this evening.
Yes, Ian Rush to be helped out because Auxerre have got a number of people now defending. It's important that the Liverpool back four at present quite often only have one, but certainly at the most two to mark, do push in and help make the extra man that they've got at this occasion, because if they sit back then they won't be able to make the extra man tell.
Burrows. Mulvey waits for McMahon, then gives it, well, in fact, between McMahon and Rush. Marsh. McMahon. Kokar gets goal side. Mulvey. Fine ball to Burrows. Four in the area.
Superb crossfield ball by young Mulvey. It looks as if David Burrows would be mainly the spare man. It was him who got out wide and got the cross in, and if he can get going down that left flank, Liverpool can pick him out early. He could be the one that could put the crosses in.
It's not the best of headers by Ablett, and here's Bayrou. Turner, who turned it wide of the near post. Heart-stopping moment there, one immediately after the other.
Yeah, I think we all missed a flutter there just for a moment.
Stephen Mayer has come forward. Waste of the set piece. Liverpool won't complain. Marsh wants to take it. No, he doesn't. Rush down the middle. McManaman just to his right. It's comfortably seen. Roche. Mulvey. Walters! Scores! And that really all came from the interception by Roche. He suddenly was missing from the middle, and how quickly Walters pounced to put Liverpool in front for the first time. Goalkeeper did all he could. Just got a nick off the far post. They were chasing back. Walters looked, struck, scored.
Well, a marvellous moment from Mark Walters, and it was Jan Mulvey who intercepted the ball, played it through, and just got clear a yard or two once he was away. I thought for a minute his second touch had taken it a little bit wide, but he picked the only spot he could have put it in past the goalkeeper, nestled in the corner, and now they've just got a few nervous minutes, and I should think that clock is going to take a long time before it ends up at 90.
Well, Trevor, I remember a fortnight ago you took slight issue with me for saying that Walters had promised without quite delivering. Well, he was waiting for his moment, and he took that so well. I think he had total confidence that he was going to score. I also think it's true to say that it wasn't quite as close to the post as I thought. Dutuel. Roche. Intercepted well, but it was so quickly seized upon by Mulvey. and the pace of Walters had the finish as well. 5 minutes left. And for Liverpool, it's a question just of not making any mistakes, because to remind you again, if Giroud's side were to equalise now, it would be good enough to take them through on the away goal. So it's going to be tension-filled to the finish.
And it's easy sitting up here when you've only got a few minutes to defend. I think it's important though, Liverpool, they've got the extra men, don't sit back and just play outside, push forward, and I think if you can keep the ball in the opponent's half, then you're going to be safe.
Free kick to Liverpool against Mai. Familiar sight and the familiar sound, but it's not been this season seen or heard quite as often as in years gone by. But on this particular night, the inexperienced Liverpool side have lived up to their heritage and indeed have surpassed more famous names by coming back from 2 goals behind a 2-goal deficit. Typical expression, but the inner feelings in great contrast with 2 weeks ago. On this side, offside. We're inside the last 2 minutes. Can't quite believe it. And I have to say I have some sympathy with the French. Things just haven't gone their way at all. And I think the sending off was extremely harsh.
Yeah, I totally agree with certainly the sending off was harsh. A little bit of fortune with the penalty, but I think at the end of that first leg 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have envisaged a 3-0 scoreline at this stage. So I think if they can hang on, the Liverpool side deserve all the plaudits. They've had a difficult spell, and when you have a night like this, you've just got to sit back and enjoy it.
Rush. 2 against 2. Wouldn't have gone in from McManaman. We're well into the last minute. Walters. say, between McMahon and Ablett, or more on the part of Ablett, I feel. But he's made his personal recovery. And we're now playing the time that the referee is allowing for stoppages. Mulby, huge space on the left for Burrows. 3 waiting for the decent cross. And they're still waiting. One look at the watch from the Portuguese referee. He's got plenty of encouragement to blow the whistle. One more look, and on it goes. Well, the last time Liverpool came back against the French side from then a 1-goal deficit to St Etienne, they went on to win the European Cup. Their name has twice been on the UEFA Cup, in 73 and 76. What will this victory do to Graham Souness's side? The whistle is actually between the lips, but there's no puff. It's a danger of swallowing it. No longer! If 2 weeks ago it was the worst performance for Graham Souness's side, tonight it's been their best. He's made a huge difference, Jan Mulby. Mark Walters getting the winner with 6 minutes left. The Liverpool side of this season has had its problems, doesn't have the experience, has been altered madly because of the new laws of UEFA, but they have done something that no Liverpool side has done before in Europe. They've come back from 2